everybody. Today in this video, I'm going to be doing my best attempt at a Slowbro guide. Slowbro is my main in Pokemon Unite, so I thought I'd try to attempt to make a guide for him on this channel here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with kind of some of the builds that I like to use. I like to use the glasses, the shell bell, and the buddy barrier, but I'll show you some other things that you can do as well. And then I'll have an example of some gameplay that I had to show you all some Slowbro gameplay and kind of walk you all through what I like to do when I play Slowbro. So yeah, let's get into the video. Alright, so when it comes to the held items, this is what I like to use. I like to use the Wise Glasses to increase special attack, and then the Shell Bell, which also increases special attack, but also allows you to heal a little bit at the same time. And then I always like to run the buddy barrier on everything. It can kind of save you at the last second. So basically what the buddy barrier does is it gives you a temporary shield whenever you use a Unite move, and it's really good, and I kind of use it with everybody at this point. Some other things that you can use either the bands. The bands could be good. Probably the focus band, so that you can just make yourself more and more tanky. You could probably also use Assault Vest for that same reason, just to make you more of a tanky character. I have heard that you can also use the Rocky Helmet as well in some builds, but I haven't invested in Rocky Helmet enough to try it out. But yeah, that's pretty much the Slowbro builds. Alright, so this is a ranked match that I had on stream, and what I like to do with Slowbro is I like to take the upper path. Usually your best case scenario is that you get to go on the upper path with the attacker. And an important thing with Slowbro is, to the best of your ability, try to avoid taking the last hits and letting your attacker get those last hits. What I mean by last hits is like kind of on the starting APOMs and stuff. See what I did there? I just tried to get it down to like the last spot there. And then you allow your teammates will get a bonus when it comes to how much EXP they get from each of the wild Pokemon if you let them get the last hit. Now, if the opponent is at risk of taking the last Pokemon, then you can go ahead and take it, but generally it's better to try to let your attacker teammates get that. Now, I like to run the eject button on Slowbro. That's pretty common. And so we're kind of ending up a little behind here at the start, but basically my job here is to try to, especially as a defender, just try to hold down the fort. That's kind of my job. As a Slowbro main, I'll rarely go for a whole lot of scoring unless it's completely free, just because his scoring is relatively slow. Now, there are two attacks that you can get. One is Scald and one is Surf. Surf is far superior to Scald. Surf, you're able to deal lots of damage while slowing down the opponent at the same time. You can see the attack right there, and it just deals so much damage. It's such a good attack. It's very good as a defensive main to have something like that you're able to... That's the reason why we have all those special attack held items, is because it helps out with the Surf. So once it gets to about 8 minutes, or sometimes I'll go down at like 7:30, I try to make my way to the bottom lane. And the reason for this is we want to hit the Dreadnought. Especially, well, even after the Dreadnought nerf, it's still worthwhile to go after that first Dreadnought. At least that's what I find. I was trying to go all in there, try to get that War Turtle, but I got kind of punished for it. But basically, I'm trying to get down to the bottom lane so that I can try to help my teammates out with the Dreadnought. If we can get the Dreadnought, then we can start heading up towards the Rotom next. But the Dreadnought is very important, because that's going to give experience and shields to the entire team to help out the team here. And I see nobody else is here trying to claim Dread, but if you see other players in the air, just try to make sure and avoid getting sniped, because that can kind of mess your game up if, like, say a Talonflame comes by. And now we're just all gonna kind of go for scoring here. And so right now that we have lots of experience and stuff, we've got a good lead on the enemy team here. We can see our experience is doing relatively well. We haven't done really anything terribly crazy. We're just kind of playing how you're supposed to. And yeah. So basically, I'm just trying to defend, make sure that they can't get too many goals on our side. I'll try to score if I get an opportunity, but if I can't score, it's not too bad. Basically, what I'm trying to do is just make a way for my attacker teammates there. And I also have the eject button, so if I get in any sort of trouble in the future, I can be able to make an escape. But basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to bring out the best in your teammates. And the secondary ability is Telekinesis. I don't use it a whole lot here. But basically what Telekinesis does is it holds the teammate, or it holds the enemy Pokemon like up still so that he can't attack for a short while. You see I use my eject button there to get out of trouble. And then I'll return back to base to heal. But if you've got good teammates, you can use Telekinesis, hold an opposing Pokemon so that it can't do anything, and then your teammates are able to just wreak havoc on that team. Like, especially if you're holding like a speedster or an attacker, your teammates can dish out lots of damage there. And see, I just kind of like held that War Turtle up, and now he's in a lot of trouble there. Yeah. Now the other one, Amnesia, is also very good. It's got the healing trait that the original move had, but it also makes it so that I believe it's like your next Surf or Skull does additional damage. So if you're in solo queue, Amnesia is a perfectly good move. I decide to use my Unite move there so that I can possibly try to get out of that scenario. But yeah. At this point, we've got an additional goal down, and what I'm trying to do here is just kind of hold down the fort. Dread spawns, so I'm going to go ahead and try to claim Dread for my team. You can see Lucario's coming here to help. We just need to make sure that we don't get the Dreadnought sniped, which the Venusaur is in the area, so what I did see, I held him up for the teammates, and now he needs to retreat, especially since... So basically what I did there was I held the Venusaur so that he wouldn't be able to snipe the Dreadnought while my teammates took out the Dreadnought. So it's kind of a good counter for Pokemon sniping that you have. Now I'm in kind of a little bit of trouble here. I tried to get away using my eject button, but unfortunately I wasn't able to get away. Kind of got a little greedy there. But it's all good. We got both Dreads, so we're way up on EXP. And then we're kind of coming down to the end game. Now the end game is just as important, or if not more important, even if you have a lead. No matter how big of a lead you have, the game's never really over until the last minute and a half of a game. Literally never surrender before until Zapdos has been decided, because you can always come back from a game no matter what. There's a lot of Unite moves going on there. I didn't expect to survive that. I didn't expect them all to activate their Unite moves at once. But anyways, once there hits 2 minutes on the clock, that's when Zapdos spawns. And Zapdos is incredibly important because he gives energy to all the teammates. And he also makes sure that all the goals are broken. So it's just incredibly good. If you get zapped, you basically won the game. I think I've only ever lost like 1 or 2 matches where we actually got zapped. It's incredibly, incredibly powerful because everybody gets energy and then all the goals become broken. And Zapdos recently even did get a nerf, but it didn't really do much to him. Basically what I'm trying to do here is if we don't need Zap, I don't want to go for him. Now, being that we're tied, it wouldn't be a bad thing for us to go for Zap. But my whole thing is I don't want the enemy to get Zap. So I'm just kind of here. See, I held up that Zero Aura there so that my teammates were able to take it out there. Just another example. And this Blastoise is trying to steal. Now, fortunately for us, Blastoise and other defenders typically aren't great at stealing, with the exception being Greedent, who's got that super, super powerful Unite move that he can solo Zapdos with. But basically, you can see here, I didn't really do anything all too special throughout that entire match. I just kind of played how you're supposed to, and all I'm trying to do here is charge my way into getting a goal, and then I can get KO'd, and it really doesn't matter because we got Zap, it's pretty much GG's at this point. But you saw, even if we were winning at 2 minutes, I still waited by Zap because the last thing we want is for the enemy team to get Zap. So what I'll do is I'll like hide in the grass in the middle, and then I'll try to like flank some of the enemy team there if we need, just to make sure that the enemy team isn't able to get Zap. So as a defender, obviously you're going to be doing lots of defending. So that's kind of what I was doing there at the end. And now what I'm doing is I'm basically just trying to make sure that nobody else is able to get any additional scoring or anything. And we see we did the job, and we'll see if we won here. And of course we have. So that's pretty much an example of about the gameplay that you want to see as a Slowbro main. Now, as a defender, you're not going for many of like the super crazy big plays, but you're just kind of there to be essentially the all-rounder, go for lots of support for your teammates and try to bring the best out of your teammates. So hopefully this video helped you. If it did, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and let me know what you thought in the comment section below. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye, everybody.